Righto, welcome back everybody after a bit of a break. Straight back into it. Hopefully won't go on for too much longer. Let's see how we go. Alright, doing some stuff with financial maths in Year 9. We want to have a look at compound interest today, but before we do that, we want to just quickly remind ourselves of simple interest. This was in a video previously done. Simple interest. The interest you're going to make, or you might owe, or you might earn it, or you might owe it. You take the principal amount of money, your amount of money, you times it by the interest rate. That could come out, of course, as a decimal, fraction, percentage, and you times it by the number of years or months, or whatever time frame you're talking about. So I equals PRN is the formula we've used. The interest you're going to get, take the amount of money you have, $5,000, times it by 3%, times it by 4 years, chuck it later in your calculator, job done. All right. Right, just remember that your simple interest before we have a crack at the compound interest formula. All right, same deal as before, treat it as a normal lesson. Books open, today's date, chuck it all into your books, and we'll do some questions in a minute. All right, compound interest formula, nice heading. A equals P, principal again. 1 plus the rate, all to the power of n. All right, 1 plus r all to the power of n. You'll be asked in a minute to type all those in directly into your calculator. Don't forget your calculator has this power button. From memory, it says x to the power of a little box. All right, just check that stuff. All right, A is the amount of money you're going to get given back to you. There's a major difference. We'll have a look in a minute. Major difference between the simple interest and compound interest formula. A is the amount that gets returned to you in one go. Interest to the formula for up here, I equals PRN. I is just how much interest you've made. That's a really big difference between these two formulas. All right, the same letters still apply. P is principal, R is the rate, and N there is the number of years or months, etc. It's times, really. All right, so let's compare. Here's my simple interest formula. Here's my compound interest formula. We'll make it compare fairly by having the same amount of stuff. $1,000 is our principal. 2.3% per annum, 2.3%, and we'll make it over 7 years. I've just made this one up at the top of my head. All right, let's put those two formulas together. I equals PRN, so P 1,000, 0.023 as a decimal. I know you can chuck it into your calculator like that. We've got a percentage button these days, it's very handy. Chuck all that into your calculator. Over here, same deal, 1,000. Type it in exactly like that. Or if you're going to use a percentage, exactly like that. Type all that in and you get I equals $161 or I equals $1,172. What the hell is going on there? How come this is 161? This is $1,000. Is compound interest that fantastic? No, as I said, compound interest includes your amount of money. So it already has got $1,000 already in it. So this is the one amount you get back from the bank. All right, $1,170.54. I have rounded it down. Here you've made $161 in interest. You don't get $161 back from the bank after you gave them $1,000. You get your $1,000 and your interest of $161. Comparing those two, this one doesn't have the $1,000 added in. You're gonna have to do that later. So this one, really importantly, this one does include your amount of money, all right? So it's so important to understand that. Simple interest formula, so reduce that down. No, this computer is playing up. All right, simple interest formula, I equals PRN is just the interest earned. It does not include your principal, your amount of money, whereas comparing it to the compound interest formula does include your money. So from the example above, your $1,000 is invested, you made $161 in interest, you got back $1,161 after 7 years at 2.3%. Compound interest, just in one go, chucking into the calculator, into the formula, $1,172. So comparing the two, you do make better money out of, slightly better money comparing these two. 161 in interest, 172, so a little bit better interest on compound interest. All right, time for you to do some practice, please, in your books. For those in my class, you know I love a table, so neatly organised. All right, so in your books, please, neatly set up this table. There's your principal amount of money you've invested. Here is your interest rate. Here is the number of time periods. Have a go, please, at working out how to put all these together. I think I've done the solutions down there. I'll have a look at that in a moment. So if you want to just pause for a moment, have a go, see if you come up with the amount of money returned to you. This is using the compound interest formula. Please try those. All right, pause, have a go, please. All right, assuming you've paused now, and we'll go through some solutions. All right, so there is the formula written down. Write it down every time. Sticks in your head. A equals P, 1 plus R to the power of N. 2,500, yes. 3%, it was 0.03. Over 10 years. Hopefully I've chucked that into the calculator properly. Now remember, I've probably rounded some of these answers too. So this might have been 789 or 787 or something, and I've rounded it all to cents. All right, so there's some solutions, because you would have done all these yourselves. All right, so there's some solutions there to check and make sure you've written in. All right, all the best, sports fans. Till next time.